In Chapter 6, we cover general buying strategies and specifically buying a car. Basically, we're going to look at strategies for making the best buying decisions in any situation and how to resolve any problems with purchases. We all know from Chapter 5, overuse of credit by overspending only leads to problems. How this works together is we need to make wise buying decisions every day to avoid long-term problems. Under purchasing strategies, are you aware that certain types of products are basically on sale at certain times of the year? The link on the slide gives some general best times to buy. I just saw an article in the Wall Street Journal that said that the best prices on big screen TVs are on Black Friday, followed closely by the week before the Super Bowl. Location affects price as well as selection and services available. Definitely compare brands with both consumables as well as durable goods. Private label may be a better option than national brands. And with food, open dating. Products may be labeled as use by or sell by. Information is available online as to how long after those dates a product is still good to use. Don't we all compare prices? Usually online. Online sources can save a lot of time and provide excellent price and feature comparisons, as well as letting you know which stores have which items in stock. Price Check on your phone lets you scan a UPC and see the comparison price while you're right there in the store. With grocery items, unit pricing is required, so much per unit, and this allows you to see if the larger size or the sale item is really a better buy. Basic rules, more convenient, higher price. It's a bit more involved, but it's our typical chart of activities. Step 1, conduct online research. Step 2, compare stores, and I would add online sources. Step 3, make the purchase. Step 4, they call it plan for additional purchases. Save your receipts in case you need to return the item. If you're happy with the experience, watch for coupons or offers from the same store. A warranty, as the slide states, is a guarantee from the manufacturer or distributor that covers return, replacement, and repair. An express warranty is usually written, and it can be full or limited to specific items or situations. An implied warranty is exactly that. It's implied. Warranty of title means the seller has clear title to the item they sold. Warranty of merchantability simply means that the item is guaranteed to do what it was sold to do. As the text says, a toaster is expected to toast bread. Car warranties for new and used cars differ. With a used car, the Federal Trade Commission requires that used cars come with a sticker explicitly stating if a warranty is included and what it covers. If no warranty, the car is being sold as is. New car warranties typically cover the vehicle against basic defects, the powertrain, and corrosion. Extended warranties, they're available at an added cost, but they're really not warranties. They're more extended service contracts. These steps are designed to cover purchase decisions for any item, not specifically an auto. So Phase 1, pre-shopping. This is where you figure out exactly what you're shopping for before you go any further. They call it problem identification. Decide now the specifics of what you want. How big a TV? LED, OLED, LCD. The more specific you can be, the easier and better your search will be. Phase 2, now this is where you search for who has the products that meet your wish list and at what price. Nowadays, this is easily done online before you ever visit a brick-and-mortar store. Selection and purchase. We all know you negotiate for a car, but negotiation can work for many large purchases. How about free delivery and installation? A discount for paying cash? Is the seller offering financing at a very attractive rate? Never hurts to ask. And post-purchase. If the item requires it, maintain it properly and resolve any problems, which we'll talk about how you approach that. Now we move more specifically to buying a car, and we back to our little wheel here. Step 1, pre-shopping. With a purchase as big as a car, it is really important to figure out in advance exactly which features are important to you, which would be nice, which you don't care about. This is termed problem identification. Evaluating the alternatives, buy or lease, new or used. Kelley Blue Book, which has a link on a coming slide, lets you basically design your car and gives you pricing data for your area. Step 3, determining the purchase price. used car price negotiations, price bargaining for new cars, and be sure to compare your financing alternatives. We all know when you buy a car, there is after-purchase maintenance. You need to keep up with the maintenance on the car to protect your investment. Looking at step 1 in more depth, it does focus you on specifically what you're looking for. A lot of sources listed for potential input, which will be useful, depends on what you're looking for. With a car, probably online and personal contacts are the most used sources. If a friend has a car similar to one you're considering, have they been happy with it? Have they had major problems? How happy are they with the dealer? Evaluating alternatives. Purchase alternative means where you buy. With a new or used car, there are multiple options. For example, in the Memphis area, there are at least 4 Jeep dealers. Use Kelley Blue Book to select the options and consider the prices for each. Check out used vehicles as well, especially if all the features you want make a new car too pricey. And consider leasing. We usually think of leasing as something businesses do for company vehicles, but many individuals lease cars as well. Expanding the alternatives. Is now the best time to buy, or should I wait? Are good credit terms available, or will I be better off paying cash? Which brands and makers meet my needs? Which dealers are in my area? And back to lease versus buy. With price analysis, we all already know prices and quality can vary greatly. Decide whether paying top dollar is worth it to you. The slide says comparison shopping can be beneficial. I'd say it can always be beneficial. And with all the online sources, it's almost obligatory. Certainly with a large purchase like a car, but also for items you buy repeatedly. Is it not worth your time to know where the best gas prices are? Back to buying a car and choosing options. Performance options are those that apply to the actual operation of the vehicle. Today, power steering, cruise control, and anti-lock brakes are generally standard items. Comfort and convenience is up to you and usually are packaged as convenience packages. Down here in the South, I'd say air conditioning is not an option, and I kind of think power door locks are standard now too. Aesthetic features, special paint, extra fee. Special trim or special tires, extra fee. Leather interior, extra fee. Sunroof, usually an extra fee, but I've seen some models that come standard with a sunroof now. Here we get to the sources of used cars. Of course, new car dealers have used cars taken in trade, and there are used car dealers and superstores like CarMax, which I have heard is very good. Private sales and auctions are tricky. You need to know a lot about cars to be able to assess whether a car is a good buy or not. There's not going to be any follow-up from these sources. Be aware that Kelley Blue Book allows you to price both new and used cars online. Checking out a used car. This list is daunting if you don't know much about the workings of cars. That's a vote for buying from a source that stands behind the sale. This list goes way beyond kicking the tires. There are buyer's agents who will perform this type of pre-purchase check for you for a price. These are frequently used for purchasing exotic cars in private sales. Say you want a 1984 Mercedes 380 SL. A buyer's agent will find one for you and go and physically check it out before you buy it. Have you ever considered leasing a car? It can make sense if you like to trade up often. And there are advantages to leasing over buying. Less cash outflow, lower payments, more car for your money. On the other hand, you are merely renting the car. You are not building equity. Certain requirements have to be met, and there are additional charges for extra mileage. Here is the terminology related to car leasing. The capitalized cost, that's what you pay to lease. Generally, a lessor pays 4% more than a buyer. The money factor is just the term for the interest rate. The payment schedule, self-explanatory. The residual value. This is the expected value of the car at the end of the lease. That's at the point you decide to keep it or return it. On to phase 3, getting to a price. A lot of us do not like to negotiate, and this is a big item. Some key tips here and on the coming slides. The main point here is to have all your information gathered before you start negotiating for a specific car. Kelley Blue Book and Edmunds Online can give you all you need for both new and used cars. Look at that second bullet. Deal with the person who has the authority to make the deal. Remember, you have the authority on your side. Deal with the person who can say yes or no on the seller side. If the salesperson gives you that, I need to run that by my manager, ask to just deal with the manager. If you're interested in a used car, more new cars sold, more trade-ins, more used cars available. When you're negotiating, the sticker price is just the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and just about nobody pays this. The invoice price is the dealer's price. You can find these online. Negotiate the price of the car cleanly, so to speak. Don't mention the trade-in. Don't commit to how you'll pay for it, because dealers make money on the financing. Continuing your negotiations, compare prices at different dealers in your area. Some may be more aggressive than others. They may need to move inventory. There are so-called set price dealers. The price is the price if you really hate negotiating. And as mentioned before, there are car buyer services who do all the search and negotiation for you. Every state has lemon laws to protect you in case you wind up with a lemon. Be careful if any of these happen at a dealer. A low quote, but there's a lot of add-ons. High trade-in, but a high car price. Asking how much you can afford. Don't put up any money until you're certain you want that car, and run fast from a pre-printed sales agreement. There's quite a few ways to pay for that car as well. Banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions finance autos, and the dealer will offer financing through them. Remember, a low payment may result in negative equity. Compare before you buy. Check out the APRs. And Phase 4, post-purchase. Most large purchases, and definitely autos, require ongoing maintenance. If you don't follow the suggested maintenance schedule of your car, it won't run well. You do not have to have service done at your dealer, so comparing service options is always advisable. And complain if you're not satisfied. I suspect most of us are already aware of the ongoing operation costs of a car. New cars depreciate the second you drive off the lot. If you finance the purchase, there's interest. And, of course, you have to have insurance, you have to register it, you have to get a license, etc. Ongoing, gas, oil, tires, whatever maintenance you need. At least follow the recommended preventive maintenance schedule for your vehicle. Most new cars today signal you when an oil change is due or your tires need air. Do not ignore these signals. This chart shows suggested maintenance intervals, oil change, tire rotation, etc. That fat little manual that came with your shiny new car, it's all in there. So then comes the question of where to get your car serviced. Well, your dealer is always an option, and usually a good one, especially if anything major is involved. After all, it's their car. They should know best how to fix it. For regular oil changes or tire rotation, the dealer isn't really required, but do be careful. Service stations can do these maintenance jobs, as can Walmart, Sam's, Costco, and their specialty shops, Jiffy Lube, Firestone Tire for specific items. Ask friends for recommendations and be alert for anything that doesn't look or sound right. This table illustrates some common repair frauds. Deal with reputable service venues, but do be alert. So what do you do if something goes wrong? Well, step 1, in a calm and rational manner, contact the supplier or the dealer and try to work out a resolution. If that doesn't work, contact the main office, either by email or snail mail. Do it in writing. If neither of these work, resort to help from a consumer agency, Better Business Bureau, and there are state consumer protection offices. Last choice, take legal action, file a lawsuit. Quite a few ways you can do that. Small claims court, class action suits if a large number of consumers have been damaged in the same way. A lawyer will be costly, so you might want to seek legal aid. Protecting yourself, be on offensive on this. Check out a company you're planning to do business with to be sure they have a good reputation. Read all the contracts before you sign them. If you don't understand something, ask or ask an attorney. And this is just about always true. If it seems too good to be true, it probably isn't true. Carefully compare cash versus credit and make an informed decision as to what works best for you in each case. And avoid impulse buying. Remember, that's the road to credit problems. As with previous chapters, I'll scroll through the summary slides. And that ends Chapter 6.